Namaste ji, namaste. So it's finally done. The DU LLB 2020, that is. Paper was moderate to tough. We can rate it about 6 on 10 or 7 on 10 on the toughness scale. If anyone were to tell you, हाँ मैंने वही बताया था, ये सब तो करना ही चाहिए, ये सब तो इतना आसान था, well, they're making a fool out of you, as usual. Second thing is that people who cleared this examination in 2019 may just not be able to clear this exam again in 2020. That's the entire concept of a question paper that changes from year to year. There is no pattern to it. There is no 5 दिन की strategy. There is no 500 रुपए का crash course. There is no 100 रुपए की PDF that can make you clear this examination. Let's get all of out of the way. The 2020 question paper actually proves it. Now, a couple of things. So if you're looking for an analysis of the question paper, I don't have the official question paper. Now what happens is कि जो भी मैसेज आते हैं कि ये क्वेश्चन पूछे गए थे, उसके बेसिस पे आपको एक आंसर दे दिया जाता है, and then those answers are justified, and when the official answer key and question paper comes out, those very answers are turned around, and then those justifications also sound very good to you. We don't do any of that here, so we'll just wait for the official question paper. If you're looking for that, skip this video, close the browser and go away. Now let's start with a couple of points. This paper, again, as usual, as every year, this has been the trend since 2018. In fact, now in 2009 it got repeated again in 2020. This is not a paper that you can predict. All right, DU hasn't given you a very clear-cut formulation that you are always after in trying to figure this exam out. It can't be done, first and foremost. Secondly, I'll use an example and then get to one of the questions that were asked in the exam. So I got like 100 messages, 100 emails, whatever, and all of them said that concurrent list mein public health has been shifted to the concurrent list. I really don't know who did this. I don't know what WhatsApp group started this, what Telegram channel started this, what YouTube channel started this, but it was there. And since you get like 100 odd messages, it was like somebody sure enough has said this. Now you use your own logic. If you have prepared polity very well, you know these lists, the union list, the concurrent list, and the state list is given in the 7th schedule. What do you need to do to amend the constitution? Can you amend the constitution via an ordinance under 123? No, you cannot. Okay. So the president cannot amend the constitution via an ordinance. That is point number 1. Point number 2, Article 368 में amendment दे रखी है. You need, for Article 368, proceedings need to be initiated under Article 368 parliamentary proceedings. That is to amend the constitution to shift out item number 6, if I'm not mistaken, in the state list to the concurrent list. And to do that, there needs to be a constitutional amendment. If there is a constitutional amendment, it has to be reported in the Gazette of India. So to the person who told you all this, go ahead and ask that show me the Gazette notification for this, because there were 4 articles, I'll just post one of the screenshots here, that said there is a need to shift the public health to the concurrent list. It will give, like, it will be like much more beneficial to the nation. But it was an opinion piece. Law doesn't work like that. And similarly, if you apply this very logic to the question that was asked to you, who imposed the emergency? I don't know the exact question. This is what my sense of, the getting the questions from the student. This is the problem. We're not basically seeing the official question paper. Now, under 352, the president can proclaim the emergency, not the prime minister, by the way, but Indira Gandhi and Fakhruddin, both were options were given. So this actually becomes a question of logic if you look at it from the polity side, and this actually becomes a question of common sense and static GK combined. So if you tell me that, oh, main to Indira Gandhi mark kiya hai, if they are asking you under whose reign or under whose time, or who, they didn't ask you specifically who was the president at that time. That is basically a one-step riddle. Now you remember this exam, especially the DULB, is not an exam in which you are being faced with pace bowling. कि आपकी एक edge लगेगी, चौका चले जाएगा. या आप हल्का सा bat लगा देंगे, the ball will carry its own speed and will go across the sands. This is now an examination that is basically you are facing a top-class spinner that demands that you handle the ball patiently and try to see whether it will go outside the off stump or whether it's going to spin inside and get you LBW. All right. Now, cricket analogies aside, again, slowly steadily those 5 दिन की strategy, those 10 दिन की strategy, 500 रुपए का crash course, 100 रुपए की PDF, it's all out of the window if this question paper hasn't proved it to you. God help you, because no other proof can be ever given to you. Secondly, regarding now, a lot of people are saying that this examination was held in shifts. I don't remember seeing any NTA official notifications, even in the date sheet, that there were like shift 1, shift 2, shift 3. JEE, NEET का exam थोड़े ना हो रहा है यहाँ पे. If you cannot read the NTA's official notification and cannot decipher that this exam was held in one shift, solving questions obviously is going to be a problem in this exam and the kind of level that they are at right now. Regarding family law questions and the IPR questions, see, in every exam, in every year's edition of this exam or in every exam, there are going to be 10 to 15 dot balls. Again, we're back to cricket. In every batsman's innings, right? Even if you're Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, you will have to leave some balls and you have to defend, because the examiner will not allow you to do salsa and bhangra all over his question paper, because uski ego bhi to involved hai. So they have to ask some stuff जिसका कोई सर पैर नहीं होता. This happens year after year after year. And there's no point in crying about it either. There's only basically you can learn from it that they can ask you this as well. But yeah, if do you think that is justified to ask a person who is going to study law about Section 7 of the Hindu Marriage Act, I absolutely don't agree with that. In fact, that could have been a much better framed question. There is a lot more to ask from the Constitution, rather than this stuff which a second year guy will also struggle with. And they will. In fact, if I were also taking the exam, I would have been stumped by such questions. So these questions you have to learn to leave alone. That's what a competitive exam is. There's no point in crying about whether they ask this. I mean, you cannot ask a bowler to not bowl you a bouncer or a yorker. You cannot ask them कि भाई चौका मारने वाली बॉल ही फेंकना. So spare yourself the agony. Now another point that we need to mention is about the cutoffs. Again, no speculation. Every year, whoever speculates gets it wrong. जिसका तुक्का फिट हो जाता है वो सबको चीखते फिरता है. I told you so. Success has many fathers, failure has none, any which way, right? So presume the cutoff is the same as 2019. Presume it. ये सारी जो discussion चल रही हैं presumption पे ही तो चल रही हैं. Presume it. Presume take 222 as the cutoff. In fact, let's go one step higher. Speculation ही करनी है तो कौन रोक रहा है हमें speculation? Let's keep it at 230. जिनको ज़्यादा लग रहा है कि बहुत ज़्यादा पेपर टफ आ गया तो वो 210 बोलना शुरू कर देंगे. तो ये सब ओपिनियंस हैं, ये सब डिस्कशंस का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है. इट्स डन, व्हाटएवर इज़ डन इज़ डन. इनफैक्ट यू कैन वॉच 10 ट्रिलियन वीडियोज़. मतलब आपको ज़्यादा और जो अभी आप जिस गम में हैं आपका वो गम और ज़्यादा बढ़ जाएगा. तो गम वम हटाइए, अब तो हो गया. इनफैक्ट इफ यू आर इवन ट्राइंग फॉर नेक्स्ट ईयर, ठीक है, अब 2020 ऑलमोस्ट ख़त्म ही है, ऐसी कोई चिंता की बात नहीं. तो कृपया करके जितना भी आप ये ज़्यादा पढ़ेंगे, ज़्यादा देखेंगे इस टाइम पे, सब चीज़ें, you will basically end up losing your mind, and that's what you don't want to do, right? Okay. Another thing is leakages. It leaks every year. This is not new news. I've watched it happen for the last 5 years. Every year it leaks. So if you वो जो screenshot जो चल रहे हैं वो किसी ने फोटोएं खींची हुई हैं वहाँ से कैमरा से या जो भी है, हर साल होता है. करीबन 100 सीट्स हमेशा ऐसी होती हैं. तो वो कोई किसी को ऑब्वियसली बताएगा नहीं क्योंकि उसने पैसा इतना चढ़ा रखा होता है पीछे से. बट दिस इज not exactly, not exactly a very surprising factor. There are news reports. If you go on Google, there are news reports from 2018, 17, 16. So this happens every year. There's absolutely no need to, ponder about it. तो हर साल होता है, कोई एक्शन ऐसा कोई लिया नहीं जाता इसके ऊपर. ओके. एंड एनालिसिस तब करते हैं जब हमारे हाथ में क्वेश्चन पेपर आता है, तब करते हैं एनालिसिस. बट ट्राई टू अप्लाई लॉजिक हियर. दीज आर नॉट सिंपल क्वेश्चन पेपर्स. आप 2021 की भी तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो कृपया करके थोड़ा सा, मतलब एक कदम और आपको पानी में उतरना ही पड़ेगा. दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक LLM इंट्रोडक्टरी concepts of the various fields of law. And that's about it. There's nothing much more to say at this stage. Keep your calm. try to not lose your head, try to question those people. अगर आप किसी के झांसे में फंसे थे कि हाँ हम करा देंगे, ये 5 दिन में हो जाता है, 10 दिन में हो जाता है, या कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट में हो गई है जी, पब्लिक हेल्थ शिफ्ट हो गया, ऐसे ऐसे वाले जो सारी जो जनता है, उनसे जाके सवाल कीजिए ना, उनको क्रॉस क्वेश्चन कीजिए, क्यों देवता बनाते हैं? गलती सबसे होती है, इट्स एब्सोल्युटली ऑलराइट, आई मेक अ लॉट ऑफ मिस्टेक्स, but I have made a lot of mistakes rather in videos, but I always try to correct them. But ऐसे blunder तो नहीं होते. These are like massive blunders. If even after, you know, like you getting into the faculty, or even if you are a lawyer, not expected to at least know the basic structure of law. I'm not referring to Keshwanand Bharati. I'm referring to how it all works, how the system works. All right. So ठीक है, काफ़ी लोग गम में हैं, आप अकेले नहीं हैं. It's a moderate to a tough paper. But current affairs and logical reasoning, as usual, every year, saving grace. Hopefully, you got those correct. Hopefully, we are looking at that you got 55 to 60 correct. Absolutely correct. And then, किस्मत में होगा तो अब पहुंच ही जाएंगे, मेहनत कर ली है, पेपर दे दिया, बाकी ईश्वर की इच्छा. That's all that we can say. Let's analyze the question paper when it actually comes out, and then we'll see what happens. All right. Do take very good care of yourself. Don't lose your mind. Don't lose your head over silly analysis. Silly answers that are mostly again incorrect will be turned to correct when the final answer key comes out, and then again will be justified. It's not that I am the only one correct or I am the only one who knows. I just like to take it a bit slow instead of getting into this views की रेस की हमने सबसे पहले वीडियो डाला था, हमारा सबसे ज़्यादा, आपका तो बेड़ा गर्क हो ही रहा है. That we don't do here, or rather try not to do here. अब किसी का हो गया हो हमारे चक्कर में तो पता नहीं, वैसे हम कोशिश करते हैं कि ये सब काम ना ही हो. Alright, wishing you all the very best. Take care.